So hi everybody and welcome back to the Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 60 and in this video we continue with our game, and here you can see we are in the section gameplay, and in gameplay we finished this point widget, not full, we just started it. And in this video I want to talk about this option menu, and what I mean with option menu is when you start the game you can press here ESC and then it pops up this option menu, and we have to set up, and you can see I'm not making this option menu from start. I'm using the horror engine option menu, and we are just setting up it, and that's it. So we don't waste too much time. And how we do this, first of all we go and find this option menu, and you go here to horror engine. Like I said, I use the horror engine from option menu, so I have to find their widget. It is in the folder, let's see, here in blueprints. You go to blueprints, then you go to widget, then in widget there is the second folder menu, and here is our main menu. We open this one up and we want to use this, and I already deleted here one folder which is load game, so probably there is one more folder here which called load game. I kicked this out because we are not loading in our game anything, because our game has only one level. The only thing what we are loading is our points, and that will be at start. And all other things we are not loading so during the game, so that's why we don't need here load game, at least not here. We make a load game for the main menu but not in this menu. All right, let's get into it. So what we have to do now with this one is you switch here to the graph, and now we have just to set it up. So event construct I'm not using because he's doing here things which I don't need, so I just disconnect. Later I will kick this out probably. And then you can see new game button here. I keep all settings. What he is doing, he is creating a loading widget. You can see he is using the widget create widget, and then selecting the basic loading screen which he has. This is this one which I just use for a placeholder. We can change this later. And then he's add this to the viewport delay for the 0.2 seconds, and then he's opening the level, and here you have to change this level. Here in my case I opened this level. I have only this level here, so I'm going to open this level, and that's it. And then we are finished with our new game button. Let's go to the other ones. So he exit to main menu and so on. So let's see what we are doing here is, you can see exit button main menu. Again, I keep his settings. He is just creating a widget again, adding this widget again to the viewport delay again. So it's all time repetitive what he make here. And then he is just open level here again, and this time we are just adding here map main menu. So very simple. We are just adding here main menu. So this one is finished. Let's go to quit game, and you can see how the quit game button is set up here. Click on quit game is just quit game node. So what you see here, all you can just type here with right click and find this node, and it's a very pretty standard nodes, so you will find them very easy. And like I said, there was one more node here, load game, and I kicked it out. It was here in this section, it was this config. I will kick this one later also out because we are not loading something. And then we can go, this back button is, don't know what this is, but here we have to go to resume game, and let's go to resume game. And resume game, you can see this code what he is using here is a little bit complicated. You can check it out what he is trying to do, and the reason why I'm not using it because he is trying to load last save again, and this is too much a waste because I'm not loading anything during game. That's why I just use this setup which is shorter. And yeah, this is again the same thing like before, but I explained this code here. What we are doing here is, let me demonstrate you this fast. When you start the game again, let's see if I find this. When you press, for example, ESC escape, then this widget is popping up, right? It's now added, and now we want, when we press resume game, that only this widget is removed, but our gameplay widget with the heart, with the point, should be stayed, right? And this is the goal what we have now. And let's go through fast the code. And how we do this, so here you can see the code, and I just recreate this one for you. So what he's doing, get all widgets of class, get all widgets of class. Then he say, okay, the widget which I need is the main menu. Why we need the main menu? Because he tries to get the object actually. So he wants this object, and then he says, okay, let's make a for each loop here. And after this for each loop, he got this main menu here, and he know what this is, and then remove from parent. So this one is searched here, and then he's removing this. That's it. That was it. Remove from parent. And important is here, he is using here this node remove from parent instead remove all. And this one he is just removing, oops, let's connect this. This one is just removing this one widget which was added. So you can see when I have here and resume game, it is just resuming, but now my is not working because we have not finished coding. We have to do a little bit more, and you can see we have just add the other parts here as well, which is first of all we have get rid of this mouse cursor because we showed the mouse cursor. Let's do this, and you can see how we do this. Get player controller like old time. This is the standard code, and then here just show mouse cursor. This is also standard. You can find this. They are built-in nodes, which means, and then show mouse cursor off. So don't tick here, and then player input. Player input is here enabled again. I think this is not standard. Is this his one? Yes, this setting is his one. This is not standard. Okay, but we are using, like I said, I use his version this time. I don't know why it's so complicated, but it doesn't matter, no problem. You tick this one, and then we have to do this one last, is get player control again. Or you can make this one at the same place where you make this one. The reason for that is this one is just adding game input mouse game only, which means, let me show you this one also when I start this game here. Let's see if I press say resume game, and you can see my mouse is still hovering here, but when I click here, then it's focused on this one, and we can avoid this by using this little, not this little code here, which says set input mode game only. So again, right click first, get player controller. This is again from player controller, get player controller. And the player controller has this node here, which means I can call now input mode. Oops, when I write it right, input mode here, and here we write input mode. And there are different input modes, but in this case, I want only that the mouse is focused in game. All right, and then we set this one. That's it. And yeah, that's the exact same thing here. What we have here, command save. And start. Let's see if I find this one is. And there was one thing, for example, I resume game, you can see it works. Here, one more thing, of course. Let's go quit here. Let's go here. He was, let's see, this one is, let's kick this one. And when you go here to the graph, this background image here, let's call this background. But I added this one myself, and the reason why I added this background image because it was anyhow. Why is this so? Background image. Background blur. Here's a background blur. Let's get rid of this background blur. But let's the background image. Very strange why my image has no color. Why it's my background image white? So let's see this one. Compile, save, start. Let's see if I find this called gray. It's working now. Load game with that. So I don't see color and capacity. It says here white, right? I'm blind? No, I'm not. All right, I don't know why. Okay, let's see this one now. Normally you can make this background image here additionally. Let's see if I so that you can see this one. I don't know why I had there something else. All right, that's not so important now. But of course you can make this here additionally, because before there was no background color, it was this way, and when it's this way, Perhaps it works also. Let's see now, because before we had blur. The problem is here.
Let's see if I find
you can see this one when you have nothing backside, and the color here of the text is similar to the background color, then it's hard to read. So that's why I added this background image, where it's very easy. You go here, top to image, right image, throw this image here to the canvas, and then in canvas you can position it here, scale it like you want. Let's scale it here. It's here around this one. Then anchor it here in the mid, here on the right side. Go to this, go to the anchor mid, and then here in color and opacity you can set the color like you want. Let's set it this time this color, and let's press OK. Compile, save. And yeah, this was color and opacity, not this one here. All right, perhaps this one. Okay, and then when you start this one,
see if I find
and you can see, and when you see nothing like me, and the reason is because our set order is wrong. What I mean with set order, select your, let's rename this with FQ. Let's call background menu, and here when you select this one, go to the details panel, and there is a set order, and set this lower than the other ones. So let's say this is -3, and you can see now it's behind all other ones. And now when you start this one, this should work.
Let's see if I find this.
And yeah, this is stylish, of course, not good style. Like I said, we will style later, but that was it for this video actually. And in the next video, we will continue. So if you have any questions or any comments, write it in the comment section, and see you in the next video where we continue, of course, with our game. Bye, good luck, and like all the time, have fun and never give up.